These are my parents, Walter and Kathy. While my dad attended some college after starting his career at General Motors, my mother actually had to be persuaded by my father to go back to high school after she dropped out. In that situation, my dad was a really good influence on my mom. And my dad's always kind of been interested in my education, but never enough to actually pursue assisting me or finding me help. And the same would probably go for my mother. She wasn't capable of helping me with my homework half the time. When I was born, my parents lived in Warren, Michigan. For those of you who don't know, that's really close to Detroit. When I was about 2.5, maybe 3 years old, my parents moved us out to Avoca, Michigan, which is close to Yale, Michigan, and for those of you who still don't know where that is, that's close to Port Huron, Michigan, which is about a hop, skip, and a jump away from Canada. They wanted us to experience the country life. My educational journey started early, as I often learned from the actions of my older sister, Maya. Her influence on me started early, as you can see from the photo of us scribbling on the wall. I did not attend any pre-kindergarten schools, and as a result, I spent my early childhood at home with my mother. I spent kindergarten, first grade, and second grade at Yale Elementary School. Kindergarten was my first year of formal school. Prior to that, I spent my time at home. When Yale became the first choice for many parents in the area, the school system moved me to Avoca Elementary. My mother didn't like the idea of me going to school in Avoca because of some of the people that she knew that lived around there, so she sent me to a private Catholic elementary school. Eventually, for financial reasons, my parents moved me from the Catholic school in the city into Avoca Elementary in the country, which was much closer to our home. Once I was at Yale Junior High School, my focus turned to music. I attempted to do well in most of my classes, but generally my thoughts were always on band. My passion for music followed me into high school, and I spent most of my time hanging out with friends or playing music. Classes weren't really on my mind. Many times I would put off doing schoolwork, and I wouldn't do it if I didn't finish it in the classroom. My parents expected my sister to do well in school, but they had lower expectations for me. I continued to excel in music, but I slacked off in school because I didn't think anyone had high expectations for me, and I floated on through. While my grades hovered around a 3 point without much effort, I excelled in music and received high marks in solo performances. It wasn't until my senior year that I found my passion for learning and my motivation to do well in the classroom. I wanted to graduate with honors and have a higher GPA to put on my college applications. I achieved my goal and was happy with my academic progress. It never occurred to me in high school that someone other than my parents might have a plan for me. After I have given thought, I have realized tracking may have occurred. Some students were involved with the tech school, which prepared them for nursing, automotive, or cosmetology-related fields. I have no idea, though, how the program worked at my school and if it was for students who showed interest in the programs or if it was shown to students whom they thought would benefit from the alternative form of education. What I learned from K through 12 is that it's important not to judge anyone before you know them. A lot of people thought that they knew me because of my hair color or the way I dressed, but they had no idea what was going on with my home life and that I was an honors band student. They didn't know me and they didn't take the time to, and I'd love to take the time to get to know all my students in the future. After I graduated high school, I decided on going to Western Michigan University. I have been fortunate to have a number of teachers who are dedicated to making sure that their students progressed. After my first semester at school, my parents were shocked at my good grades and have since raised their expectations for me.